does NASA need ISRO now to go to the moon base? Why NASA has specifically invited our space agency, and most importantly, what lies in this for ISRO. Hello everyone, welcome to Vajiram and Ravi's Flash News. My name is Shubhangi Singh, and in today's session we are going to understand the essence and also the importance of this invitation which has been extended by NASA. Now when we are looking at this particular invitation, we have to understand that this has been extended immediately after the conclusion of 9th India-US Civil Space Joint Working Group meeting which happened in Bengaluru. Now this meeting concluded last week, and immediately after that we are seeing that NASA is asking that ISRO should also join their moon base program. So the invitation is very specific for a given program. And when we are looking at this is not coming out of blue, because we also have the foundational base for this invitation. You'll ask me how. Now for this you have to remember our Artemis partnership. So when we are looking at Artemis Accords, which was brought in, presented and executed by NASA and US State Department, which talks about the peaceful use, utilization of the resources on Moon and Mars, and also broadly guide the civil space exploration. So this is basically a non-binding set of international principles. Now NASA launched in 2020, but India joined Artemis Accords in 2023. Now this is a broader partnership where India had already entered, and in this we are seeing that India is being asked to join the moon base program for NASA. Now what we see through this moon base program, especially for the global civil space exploration, that now we are changing our gears and we are going away from robotic lunar exploration. That means we are not sending satellite machineries on the moon to read and come back. Now we are looking at permanent human presence through a moon base, and in this India also has a lot to gain. So as of now, I hope we are clear that what exactly has happened, what invitation has been extended, and how this is not absolutely unusual. Now when we are looking at this moon base program, the important point from here that you need to remember, that the whole idea is to establish an enduring human presence, and that human presence needs to go near the lunar south pole. Now I think this is where some bells will start ringing and will give you an idea into why India and specifically ISRO is being called to it. Can you tell me which recent space mission of ISRO went to lunar south pole? Now that we have a clear understanding that what this program is about, now the question is why ISRO is being invited, why ISRO is needed, that is in subtitle, and what NASA can offer to ISRO. So first let us look into that why ISRO is being called onto the stage, because this is where you will have a very clear idea that why specifically it was ISRO. It could have been any other organization, it could have been ESA, JAXA and more, but why ISRO? So the first reason here that we all know ISRO for is cost effective space engineering. We absolutely know how to bring reliable missions into actions, and these reliable missions will be delivered at low cost. Sometimes the cost is absolutely unrealistic, where the expectation were of non-execution, but ISRO has done it. Furthermore, this is where ISRO will be very useful for building a scalable lunar infrastructure, because we don't want to stop there, we just don't want to reach there and stop. This is where an enduring human presence will be constantly present there. Now second and a bigger reason comes into the picture is the experience that we already have. When we are looking especially at the Chandrayaan series, what we have seen that it has given India the expertise in terms of lunar mapping, surface science in order of soft landing that Chandrayaan 3 did on the south pole, lunar south pole, very close to it, 69 degrees south, and then rover operations are also our expertise. So this is where the experience can be garnered and used by NASA. Now, experience that India has is not limited to lunar missions. We are also expanding our horizons, and NASA wants to tap on those expanding horizons as well. What I mean by that? I mean that human space flight capability, Gaganyaan, that we are developing, that clearly creates a scope for cooperation, for crew systems, how the life support technologies will work, how training and mission operations will take place, and this stands as a very strong example for international partnership when we are looking at civil space exploration. This will become a standard, and we also have to establish and recognize that NASA, with this moon-based program, it is something very huge. It does need cooperation of not just space agencies, it needs industry and academia to also come together. So this is a very prime example for that. But the question here is, we understand that what all ISRO can offer. We have seen in the exemplary missions that ISRO has executed over the year. We need to see that what ISRO is getting, what India is getting. So in this context, we are also getting to gain a lot. We are making a leap from exploration to straight away participating in the building of lunar infrastructure. As of now, we only have Chandrayaan, which is only for scientific exploration. When we are talking about a moon base and we are one of the stakeholders there, that means long duration human presence will be there and infrastructure will also be consolidated. And while creating this, we will have immense amount of technology gains, such as we will have direct exposure to advanced technology, which we can use for our domestic missions as well, which we can learn and implement for our domestic mission as well, such as how lunar habitats work, power system, robotics, communication, lunar mobility, and also in situ resource utilization. So in this context, what we are offering is immense, but what we are gaining is also humongous. This is where another angle apart from science comes into the picture, is how this can be a new front for diplomacy. The human space flight diplomacy, where India is already strengthening its role when we are talking about the global human space flight ecosystem, and this will directly contribute to deepen our strategic ties with US. So India is positioning itself in the global map as well. India is strengthening its ties where it is much needed, and this shows that we are not on the fringes of space exploration. We are part of the rules and norms making. We are sitting at the table where we also get to tell, decide and contribute. Now, when we are looking at this moon-based program, this is not something that will be easily executed. Multiple challenges can be seen, and when we are talking about the challenges, this is what makes this mission special as well as difficult. Because when we are talking about the challenges, we have harsh lunar environment which is present, we have difficult base selection that we have talked about, and then we also have technological challenges. This is something we all pretty much know about. But we also have to recognize challenges that come with partnership. For example, who will look into the funding? How will the funding constraints be managed? How would the allocation take place? How India will manage lunar cooperation when we already have bigger programs with us? And then there are concerns as well, such as how we are going to manage the increasing competition in lunar exploration. If US is proposing this, we don't know what China might propose next. We don't know Russia might come up with something else. So how that will be balanced? And then when we are looking at outer space, this project is another call that how outer space has also become a theatre of geopolitics. Now, what are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comment section. I'll be leaving you here with a prelims practice question. Let me know the answer to this in the comment section. I'll be waiting for your answers. That was all from my side. Thank you so much.